Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show match of King of the World. We have something very special. We have the developers of the game, Zonticor and Matthias, who I think Matthias will pop up in this slot, who will be going head-to-head here. Now, you'll also notice that I am in this game. Don't mind me. I'm not going to be building anything. We've got Zonticor in the brown corner, and we've got Matthias in the dark green corner. I'm trying to look at the map to see where they're going to go for. But Zonticor has himself up here on Iceland. He's got a good position. He could take that as an early start. It remains to be seen where he wants to go. And Matthias is dark green. I think that's his color. He may start up here. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? We will see. I will say, disregard any messages that say that I'm being attacked because, you know, I'm not really being attacked. There's this great feature where you can actually see all of the regions. We've got some friendly all chat going on. Everybody's loving each other. So Zonticor and Matthias have taken a region. So here we go. Looks like Zonticor has focused his efforts somewhere around here. Where is there a clump of brown? We'll find him eventually. But in the meantime, we do know that they've both taken a region. Your income is actually based on... Oh, there you go. They both jump up to 2 regions. Here we go. There's Zonticor's army. He is playing the modern army. I'm sorry, the standard army, I believe is the name. And he has taken over Croatia. He's got himself... This is the Europe map. You can see it's actually a scale replica of Europe. You can see he's going to be marching south through here. He's going to try to take over Bosnia, move through Montenegro. However, if we can find the dark green clump, because maybe that's it. Maybe that's considered dark green. That looks more like a lime green to me, but we'll see. Time will tell. But again, the income map is going to tell a lot of the story here. Zonticor with his 8 income and Matthias with his 8 income, they're going to be pretty much neck and neck because they both understand how the game works. Crazy how that works. When you make the game, you understand the strategies behind it, at least on a basic level. So they're both going to be able to carve themselves out a nice chunk of land. And we're still looking for where Matthias is setting up his forces. But in the meantime, we can continue focusing on Zonticor. He's using his income to continue expanding. He's now up to 10 income every turn. The turn counter is every 60 seconds. So as a result, you only get paid every 60 seconds. And look at this. We've actually got a great spawn here. So Matthias is down here. Zonticor's taking advantage of his mortars, which have a really long range. And you can see that he's coming in. He's tickling these Bosnian soldiers, ticking them down slowly. And the question is, how much do either of them want to commit to this attack? It looks like Zonticor may lose a mortar here. No, he's going to smartly pull him back. But we will see Matthias lose 1 unit, maybe 2, if this mortar can get in range. Looks like he's just going for the tower. And now Matthias very, very wisely spawns a healer. The healer is going to be able to keep these guys up to, up to snuff and make sure that they don't die. Meanwhile, this one mortar is doing a lot of work. But at the same time, we see both players building up a lot of soldiers to push inwards. Now, in a situation like this, the player who can micro better and take over more of the map at the same time is going to wind up being successful. And you see Zonticor here continuing to move to the north, and at the same time, you've actually got Matthias. He had a couple units moving south. I lost where they went. Yeah, here you go. Nope, those are pillars. Way to go, Brandon. But he's building up some forces here in Bosnia. It looks like he may want to go in here. Zonticor may force the issue. Matthias just keeping his soldiers, and as soon as Zonticor moves out, he may move in. And it looks like, look at this. We got some sneaky stuff already. Hiding his units behind these trees so that Matthias can't see them. And he may get overconfident and try to move in, not realizing that there are a bunch of units here behind the trees. So we will see. And, of course, we also have Conquer, who I actually don't know him, but the devs seem to know him. He hosted up the game. We were having some issues connecting to each other, but now everything's good. Another option is going to be, so yeah, now we see the mortars coming out. Zonticor, can run, and yeah, he can build up this cavalry unit and almost bait them out of position, because unless Matthias stands here and continues rallying these forces back, that cavalry can come in and aggro them to head north into the tower range. Now, fortunately, Zonticor had another unit nearby, so even though this mortar is doing a lot of damage to this guy on the tower, he's going to be able to keep the tower and keep his income up at a reasonable level. Matthias, though, is up to 16 income, and he's doing this in really scattered parts around the map. You can see he's got Iraq, spelled with a K. He's got Syria. He did, in fact, take Svalbard. And we can see who's black. Yeah, Conquer up here in Greenland, having himself a good time. Also taking over Ireland. Interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the United Kingdom. This is Ireland. My mistake. But you'll see a big difference in strategy. And here we go. This is the first real big fight we're going to see. This green flash, these are the healers, and those are going to be really important because if neither side can take out the healers, then it's going to be very one-sided. But it is going to wind up being one-sided here because you can see that Matthias is just pushing in. I think he just had the better positioning, and his soldiers overwhelm Zontacor's units. And he's able to move in, and this is going to cripple his income. He's at 10 right now, but we're going to see that drop rather quickly. Matthias is up at 18. Now we see Zontacor down at 8. And this is one of the advantages and disadvantages. It's a two-edged sword if you decide to put all of your forces in one place, because then your opponent can come in and easily cripple you by just sweeping through the back lines like this. Or, alternatively, if you have all of your forces spread out throughout the map, as Matthias does, it's harder for him to rally and get a big engagement going, because you need a handful of towers nearby to do that. But really just 2 or 3 should be enough. And it does appear that Matthias has himself a nice advantage here. It's only turn 7, so there's still plenty of time for Zontacor to come back. You can see moving through Hungary, he's going to head north. If I was in Zontacor's shoes, I would be eyeballing a new place to move my base of operations, so to speak. And it becomes interesting, the color selection, because you can see down here on the minimap, because Matthias is this dark green color, he blends in with the map really well. The brown stands out a little bit more. You can see this lime green color. The black is pretty easy to see, but the dark green seems to have a good metagame advantage because it's harder to notice. If you look for it, it's still there, but it'll be a lot harder for Zontacor to pick a secret corner of the map to send his units off to. We're going to keep an eye here on Matthias, and we're also going to watch this income. So Zontacor's now down to 4 income per turn. That's going to be really hard to come back from, but again, it only takes 4 units to take a tower. So you can see a situation like this where he's got 2 towers here, or I thought he had 2 towers. Belarus? Maybe not. Oh, I'm sorry. He's got this one here, and then he's got another one on the other side of the trees. But 4 guys from this, so each turn he will get 4 gold, which is not all that much, but it will give him the ability to start taking over towers. The game is very well designed in that you're never really out of it entirely, because as long as you have 4 gold, which you will get, you can still build up 4 units and go take over a nearby tower, as long as you are cautious. The towers double as the income unit as well as the production unit. All towers build all units. So if you want to make soldiers or mortars or medics or cavalry or tanks, all of that comes out of a tower. So this healer putting in work. He will live. Again, with Zontacor down to 4 income, we don't really see him expanding out on the map much. Matthias has a really strong advantage right now, and he, as long as he keeps his foot on the gas pedal, he can keep himself in the driver's seat of this game. He'll be continuing north, taking over this neutral tower, getting himself more and more income. He's got 14 whole regions and 33 income. The regions are these large color-coded areas. Easier to see maybe something red like this. So this is Belarus. If you take this tower, this tower, this tower, this tower, you will get yourself a gold advantage. A full region gives you more income per turn. So now again, you can see right here in the middle, Matthias, nice chunk of land. We've yet to see the retaliation for Zontacor. I think he's probably hatching some sort of scheme to make sure that he can move his units about without showing his hand too much. Because if he shows off where his forces are, he's going to be in trouble. Matthias, wow! Matthias moving into Iceland. I think he only had 1 tower up there, and he's just managing to push out. He may very well have built a boat. He did have Svalbard, so he could build a boat from this unit here, or from this tower here, sail over, but I don't see any boats on the map. So it looks like this is going to be a big engagement here. Conquer's got his back against the wall. It looks like he's trying to build a boat. Yeah, he's bringing over a boat, a handful more guys in here. They're going to join the fight. And in fact, I've got a tower right here. Look at that. So these are the units of the basic standard army. But you can see this concave here. This is how you win fights, is with this concave. And you can see he's sort of stutter stepping his units forward. They'll fire, they'll take a step, fire, take a step, fire, take a step. And of course, you can have many medics so that your units don't die very fast. However, the way that the damage is calculated is it goes in volleys. So with this many soldiers, I think you'd be pretty hard-pressed to survive. Now, because Matthias is focusing his efforts up here, he is getting that gold advantage. But again, this may be the opening that Zantakor needs to start moving out or find somewhere to set himself up a base. He does still have a handful of towers around the map.
You are under attack.
We will see what he does. Hey, come on, man. Attacking me? Attacking me? That's my tower. And we do see it. Here is Zantakor mounting his comeback. He's got a few towers here. He should have maybe 6 income? 6 income, yeah. He's got a whole region. Did he take all of Belarus? He did not, but he does have a region somewhere. Hidden region. And again, Matthias is just so good at this. He's pushing out in multiple areas of the map. He's not committing. He's not overcommitting to Iceland. He's got a clump of guys here that he's going to move in, let them dance with these guys. But at the same time, he's pushing down here in the southeast and moving his units around to take more regions. And just no matter what is going on, he's always trying to beef up his income. Now, you'll also notice these banners here. These banners in the middle of regions. In fact, maybe we should show them. So this is when you don't control a whole region. The banner will not have a flag. There's no coming back now, says Zantakor. Best of 3. I'm all in for a best of 3. That's where my money is. But we'll see if they have the time. Anyway, since no one controls this region, there's no banner here. Now, if somebody did control it, every turn it would spawn a unit. It spawns a basic unit of your race. And the interesting thing is it will spawn up to a maximum of 5 units. If those 5 units still stand under that flag, then it will wind up being idle. You can only make 5. Let's see, we got a turn coming up in, 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll see a unit pop right here. There he is. Basic soldier. Matthias, 54 income. Looks like Zantakor may be throwing in the towel here. We'll see. If he does, it looks like Matthias is on board for a best of 3. So that's good. We can have more games. We can see a little bit more. And maybe Zantakor learned something there. Maybe he knows the secrets of Matthias' strategy. Now, since this is based on risk, you will notice that some of these corner locations, choke points, are going to be really crucial. It's all ogre. Throwing in the towel. Zantakor giving up game 1 to Matthias. Matthias will be your winner. Up 1-0 for the moment. I'm not sure what Conquer wants to do, though. We'll see. With Matthias having 57 gold, he's in a good position to wipe pretty much anybody off the map.
You are under attack.
Come on, guys. Zantakor disconnected. There it is. The GG. Civil War on Iceland. But this does give us a chance to, continue seeing how the mechanics of this fight plays out. He's actually built a boat here that's just sort of standing in the middle. And I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. I wonder if maybe they can soak up more damage than anybody else. Now, the boats do only cost 2 gold, so it's a little bit more than your standard soldier. But with all these mortars, wow. I don't know if that boat's going to get away. These mortars, maybe he will get away. Mortars are not quite in range. So once again, Zantakor, very good shape. And it looks like we may have some strangeness going on here. It looks like nobody controls this tower. But it still belongs to Conquer. So now we do see this boat moving south. It's kind of low on health. Matthias looks like he wants to get his mortars in here and just set sail and try to catch them. Because if a boat dies while at sea, I believe all of those units die. I actually don't know that I've fully seen that happen yet. So he's going to disembark here. Conquer is pulling back to the United Kingdom, trying to set himself up a fortress. But Matthias, with all those mortars, going to deal a lot of damage. The mortars deal 8 damage per second, which is not all that much, but they do have this massive range. And since he's all mortars and Conquer is all soldiers, he's going to be able to outrange him. But with superior micro, Conquer can easily take this because he has more units. He's going to do more DPS. So he's going to be able to keep Matthias at bay as long as he can micro them. If you have to stand there, you have to fire, take a step back, fire, take a step back. It's a lot like the Marine stutter step micro that you would see in StarCraft 2. Now, this is unfortunate for Matthias. It looks like there's a problem where he actually can't claim this tower because there's either an invisible unit here. It seems like there's a little bit of a bug. The game did just launch on Monday, so we're not going to be too harsh on these guys when we find some of these strange little bugs. But what that means is that he's not going to be able to get the region bonus for having all of Iceland. Even though he has all the towers, he has a stranglehold on it. And look at this. All of his gold, his whole income is tied up on Iceland. So there's nothing he can do here. I mean, of course, he can push out. And it looks like Conquer pulling back out of the UK. Now, is he just going to set sail, or is he going to try to fight here? He's saying England is lost. We've got some good man or all chat between these two. Once again, Zontakor has left the game, left the building with his 4 income. He very quickly identified that he was licked. And look at this. Matthias just pushing out in multiple waves. He's got some guys going to the north to take this tower. He's got some coming to the south to take this tower, continuing their assault southward through the United Kingdom. And he's just going to keep skyrocketing his income. Conquer building up some transports. Looks like he's content to just pull back. He's going to sacrifice the United Kingdom. He's recognizing his value is in these units, not necessarily in his towers. And what it's going to come down to is not just taking a fight, taking a smart fight, being able to turn the tide against Matthias in one of these encounters. Excuse me. But the issue is that Matthias can just replenish his army so much faster than Conquer can. Though in any position, Conquer may, he could win the entire fight. He could wipe out every single one of Matthias' units and not lose a single unit himself. But Matthias can build up that army a heck of a lot faster. So the war of attrition favors Matthias very heavily. Now up to 64 income. He has 25 different regions. Setting sail with these transports.
You are under attack.
Sitting out here in the middle of the ocean. And I am under attack in Saudi Arabia. Going to take this tower, getting himself yet another region up to 26 regions, 67 income. That is insane. I'm not sure what Conquer's big strategy is here, but he seems to have something in mind. Or if nothing else, maybe he's just forcing Matthias into a position where he's got to play with his food. Bringing yet more guys down from the south. Looks like he may have made a try on Greenland, but it did not work out. Now, again, he does have this option down here. He could move into Libya. If he just builds a handful of units here, he's getting his 4 income every turn. So that is enough to just... And here it is, right on cue. He's building out units here. And what he's going to try to do, most likely, is he's going to move these guys eastward, try to get himself a foothold here in Libya. He may also just be massing more soldiers. We shall see. But since his income is fairly low, there's not going to be a whole lot that he can do with it. He not only needs to win the fight without taking casualties, he needs to do that 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 times. Because Matthias is making 20 times his income. Oh boy. That is not a favorable position. And you'll notice that the range of these towers is about here, something like that. But the interesting thing is that the thing that you need to attack is the unit standing on this pad south of the tower. So a position like this is actually very well defended because you've got trees to the east, you've got a river to the south, so no one can come from the south to attack you before they're in range of the tower, unless, of course, you've got mortars. Mortars they sort of change the rules because of their super long range. Now, all of the races do have one of those long-range units. The Sci-Fi has their heavy droid, and I believe the support can also outrange towers. The Medieval has their mortars. I'm sorry. Standard has their mortars. The Medieval has the archers. Now, what is he doing with these units? He is trying to take over Libya, and he has done so successfully. But, yeah, this is what I feared for him. Is as soon as he gets here, he's going to find quite a strong reinforcement of dark green. And again, you can just look at this map. Look at how much dark green there is. In fact, I am slightly in danger of being eliminated from the game. I guess I've still got a few towers, so we're okay. It's interesting to note the... Oh, here it is. Is Matthias heading east? West, excuse me. Is he going to move into Libya? This really is one of the last bastions that that Conquer has. He does have this one tower here on the north of Iceland, which I believe still count for not getting eliminated. He's got one in Norway. He's got one in France. And then he's got this foothold in Libya. Matthias, at this point, cranking out some of these tanks. Now, I know they look like Humvees, but I believe they have the same stats as the tank. It's a 25 gold unit, so these are incredibly expensive. That's like a 200 gold army right there. And you see how fast they move. You see how much damage they're going to do in a second here. And you can watch this guy's health bar. Maybe he's not even going to go for the tower. He's going straight for the throat. He wants to take out the army. Well, it looks as though I have been defeated somehow. Despite the fact that I still have a couple towers. But anyway, there you go, folks. That's game one. Hopefully you will stay tuned and join us for game two, where we can see if Zontakor can mount a comeback, take 2 games, and beat Matthias.